Make sure to subscribe the channel, guys.
are dire for Esport Social right now. On the other side of things, you were talking about White Walkers. Well, their numbers could dwindle down right here. They went up against Likitha Esports. Guru was knocked out, but trades have been found. Breathing room has been made by White Walkers, but Fragger still getting pushed and finally put down as well at the hands of NINZA. Apollo is going to be the man who finds that finish with the Mini 14.
You know, this is good stuff coming in from NINZA, by the way. Just barring the fact that Fierce always gives in to his tendency of overshooting, overextending. That was a real overextension coming in from his side, which resulted in his demise. Have a look at this. Look at the esports elsewhere. After the fall of their IGL, White Walkers, they are dwindling down even further as Aditya and Vegito are the only ones who stay alive. Look at the esports trying to reposition. Ranveer Oji can be spot down. The spray was brilliant, but it could not. Has been left behind as well. It seems like there's nothing that you can do to save him, but from the back lines it is Team Alpha who come with knocking doors.
White Walkers, I think they're done here. Last man left alive, Vegito. He was fighting for his life, but again, as I mentioned a few moments ago, no cover left in this endgame circle apart from a cluster of buildings that is in control of Phoenix Esports. A few moments ago, I felt like NINZA, they had the odds stacked for them to win this chicken dinner, but not anymore. The team has been wiped out. The last few players picked up by Phoenix Esports. Hey, though, this is a pleasant surprise. Rolacone, he shows up out of nowhere, and Evolution MIZORAM, they do not have any finishes, but they find themselves in the top 4 of this game, and he is going to secure a few finishes before he goes out. One player has been picked up, 1 finish point added to the total tally, and he knows where Somraj is. That's a good spray. He finds the knock as well, but the finish points get stolen by Team Alpha. Oh no, Rolacone, he is going to hate Team Alpha right now so much.
But what a rotation coming through from Rolacone, by the way. So, alright, fine. But what a rotation coming through from Rolacone, by the way. So, alright, fine. I still can't phrase out what exactly happened. They dropped in near that school squad house, of course. They get taken down. Rolacone moves up to Severny to try and protect himself. And then out of nowhere, he finds a way inside a stage 6. When nobody has spotted him, looking to get those loose stranglers around. Team Alpha's Alpha is still going to be surviving. But the surprising thing is, Johnny, it's still stage 6 and we've got 4 players and 4 teams and 6 players alive. Or what on earth happened? Team Alpha is the only team who's surviving with 3 players. Meanwhile, Phoenix Esports, Likitha and Evolution MIZORAM just hold on to their life.
I think from the start till the very end, this game has all been about those hard shifts of the circles. First, stage 1 to stage 2 made the players think that, all right, we are going towards that military base. But stage 4 said no. As it moved closer to the bridge, that open space that everyone had to traverse through moving up north became a very big challenge. And majority of the team playing the hills south of that military bridge ended up losing their lives. We're down to 3 teams, 5 players left, 3 from Team Alpha, 1 from Phoenix Esports, and 1 from Evolution MIZORAM. All stacked in the favor of Team Alpha. They have 7 eliminations. They have the numbers. And it seems like they might just be out on the prowl looking for the last 2 players. Stranger, his vehicle, I don't think it's been spotted out. He will be able to live for a few more moments. But if he gets spotted out by Rolacone, then maybe it's going to be game over. Rolacone right now is on the other side of the bridge.
What I'm thinking right now is, Johnny, I guess Team Alpha, they are aware of the fact that it's not a team who is still surviving. It's 2 teams and 2 players who are surviving, which means all 3 players, they can certainly go on a hunt. They can move their vehicles around, and that is exactly what they are doing. Information has been passed. It's just when do they find the player? I guess that the vehicles of Stranger did make some noise, which goes to show why they have been trying to look in that direction. But Evolution MIZORAM is yet to be spotted, by the way.
Yeah, Rolacone, I think that's the one player that's still hidden from the eyes of Team Alpha. Or maybe not. Alpha, I wonder if he spotted him out. They're still on the hunt, just driving these vehicles around. And I believe with how Team Alpha are moving, even Strange's position is hidden right now. 1 player on the bridge, 1 just hiding behind the rock, close to that village. And Team Alpha, they go for the safer play of the end game. I think they are, if they just hold on to that hill, eventually these players are going to be spurred out as soon as they are forced to make a rotation for the next zone, if it moves away from them. We have 41 seconds before we find it out.
30 seconds right now, but this is going to be a long end game, by the way. I guess Evolution MIZORAM still the edge of the circle for Rolacone to actually work with. Can try his way to prone and get inside the circle, but look at this vantage point from Punisher. I guess he's going to be the one, he's going to be the first one to spot down Rolacone from the distance, and once that information is passed, I don't think they will be able to survive the onset of Team Alpha, but what an improvement has been from this team, by the way, Team Alpha. We've always been talking about how they're good on Miramar.
I mean, they have been good on every single map they've played. Miramar is where they kick things off, but today they have been consistent. We see emotes being spanned by Rolacone because there's nothing more he can do. But I have to say, as you're saying, this is a long end game, but it has been an entertaining match. A lot of challenges, a lot of real learning experiences. Stranger getting finished off on our screens. But again, I think a big key takeaway from this match is going to be, if it's a southern circle, it is better to rotate there early. If you are rotating in late, you are going to be struggling to find that cover. I think Team Alpha got lucky when they were able to evade that aggression from Phoenix Esports while crossing that military bridge, keep their numbers intact, keep 3 players up and running, and then taking control of the compounds at the top of the hill in order to find a vantage point, getting vision of all the opponents. It's 2 teams left right now in this game. This last man still hidden, and Team Alpha still out on the hunt.
You know, I love that you actually brought up that point. Team Alpha, they certainly were a little lucky when they crossed on over from the bridge, because there were a couple of teams in the back lines. There was BotArmy waiting for them. There was Phoenix Esports as well, like you suggested. But I guess a lot of teams have tried to do this, even LHS, as a matter of fact, to try and get those southern positions early, but they failed. Team Alpha, with their quality, of course, you see Punisher, Coffin, Adonis. One game or the other, one of these 3 lads are going to outshine the entire lobby, and that is the reason why Team Alpha has been so consistent. And now it's just an emote fest. Yeah,
it's just an emote fest everywhere. So I think this gives us an opportunity to talk about, again, as I was talking about it earlier, learning experiences from this game. One of the learnings for Evolution MIZORAM, and I think this, so for me, this was an off play, because ideally it's very difficult to survive as a solo player this late in the game, especially if the circle is towards the military base and you're all the way in Severny. But kudos to him, he made it happen. So again, brilliant execution from Rolacone. Although, as we were talking about the other teams, if you are going to be the ones rotating late, you have to be very cautious. Those southern side rotations need to happen. Those botations, as you were calling them, need to happen a little bit quicker. But all right, last man spotted out. Now, finally, the game concludes. Team Alpha, it took them a while to close it out, but they secure their much-awaited winner chicken dinner honor angle.
Brilliant stuff coming in.